What's going on, everyone? Juicebags here, and welcome back to some Dungeon Defenders 2 and a Chaos 1 Mastery Build Guide for the Gates of Dragonfall. Now, this is the very first map, and it starts us off kind of slow. This is one of the easier ones, and it's the first one, so nothing wrong with that. Now, essentially, of course, we've got 3 goals to attain. The 4th goal is just to survive and win, and the 5th goal is to complete all of the other challenges at the same time. So the 3 that we have to watch out for is, number 1, protect your jewels. Main core or cores took no damage. Now we only have 1 core on this map, so we only have to worry about the 1. Careful planning, no defenses are destroyed. Under pressure, finish each combat phase in under 180 seconds. So this one really has no build limitations, and it's pretty easy to just hop right on in and get it going. So I'm just going to go Squire Walls and Flame Auras, and as we know, in Chaos 1, any AoE tower is going to be effective. We have the little shield goblins, and flame, any sort of auras, traps, nodes, any AoE towers like flamethrowers or ramsters will all be effective in Chaos 1. I'm going to take the Flame Aura route, just as I've been using auras so much lately that I'm very comfortable in their usage and placement. Now, as I mentioned in my tips and tricks video, the most important thing you can do is add the defense critical strike shard on all of your damaging defenses. So we're going to be using Flame Auras and Skyguard Towers, and both of these are going to have Deadly Strikes, Power Transfer, and Defense Critical Strike. Now, of course, you can get some more damage out of it if you lose the Deadly Strikes. However, I just love that range, and on the Skyguards, it really is a mandatory. So let's go ahead and build it on out. Just going to kind of wall it up just like we normally would if we were running the map. And this map allows enough defense units where we can basically build almost all the way out to the objectives. So we're just going to go Flame Auras. We want to check the lane tags, and we see this is our heaviest lane. So I want to start off by really decking this lane out all the way up to the entrance. And now you see we have 280 DU left, which is 9 more Flame Auras, which is quite a few. Let's see, let's go 5 on this lane. And then we'll go 4 right here, and that should leave us 10 DU left over. Now we can upgrade, we can repair, we can do all that stuff. We just can't let any of our defenses be destroyed. Now I'm going to throw an up into that Skyguard Tower right out of the gates, and then each of the entry Flame Auras. So the first Flame Aura that the baddies will come to, I'm going to get that bad boy upgraded, and then let's just make it happen. Now, this one, of course, having no build limitations, it's one of the easier ones. And with us having the shards in the mix, it makes it where it just almost feels like cheating. Not quite that easy, obviously. But it's still a challenge, and if you're not prepared for it, it will be quite the reality check of the mastery modes themselves. Now, putting that defense critical strike shard in the mix is really going to make a difference for you. Now remember, in the lower chaos tiers and with lower range, the Skyguards don't have quite as much time to be effective. So you want to make sure you get lots of upgrades on those Skyguards, and just keep an eye on the rest of the lanes. Now, like I said, of course, we have no build limitations as far as upgrading or repairing, so you can basically feel free to just go ahead and do whatever you want. Kind of nice, really. Starts us off with baby steps and gets us headed in the right direction. Alright, and now first things first, I want to get another upgrade into that Skyguard, and then start hitting the rest of these Flame Auras. I want to try to get everything I can up to tier 2, basically. And then we see that this is going to be the boss lane over here, so we're going to want to pay close attention to that lane. quite a bit of mana left still. I don't think I'm going to be able to get them all, but I'm going to be able to get a bunch of ups in there, that's for sure. Actually, yeah, it looks like we will get them all. Very nice. So we are all upgraded and ready to go. Still didn't do anything with the walls. However, I am not against upgrading those walls. Of course, we are in gear that is reduced all the way down to Chaos 1. So we need to make sure we're getting the upgrades in the right places, where your damaging defenses are going to make a big difference. Plus, of course, healthy walls are the basis of any really solid build. Got some flyers rolling in. Really, in every map of the Masteries, although you're going to want to use some anti-air where you are able to, you still want to keep an eye out for the flyers, so definitely be watching the minimap and making sure that the flyers are getting handled, as that one Skyguard can get pushed pretty hard if you just ignore them. Yeah, looks like we're getting it done here. This is my Nuke Monk. If you check my hero spotlights, this is kind of the monk playstyle I like to use the most. And although it's not quite as effective as it would be in Chaos 7, still pretty darn good. Alright, and then let's go back to the very first strategy. Actually, let's go ahead and throw it up on the walls. Just because, you know what, why not? And now I've got 400 left. This is going to be another boss lane here, and then we've got another boss lane there, with a siege roller even, but it looks like that far lane could be the most challenging. So I'm just going to throw one upgrade there. Actually, that one's going to be tough too. Let's go ahead and throw two upgrades over here because it has a boss as well. And then we'll just go 1 and 1. Always upgrading the aura that the mobs are going to walk into first. Now remember, you know, it's pretty common for folks that just love to rush out and hop on that siege roller the second it comes out. And really, with a siege roller, you've got a ton of time. As long as you're moving around, you can avoid the rockets very, very easily. And you don't have to kill it the second it comes out the gates. So the easiest thing to do is actually wait until some of the mobs that are around it die off, and then go back and let that siege roller know who's boss. One more flyer on this side. Looking good. Basically, I'm trying to kill all of the flyers myself, essentially, and the Skyguard is basically there as a last resort, and that's the way I kind of want to keep it. So, like you see here, we've got two flyers, or two lanes of flyers coming in, plus we have bosses. So I'm just going to ignore those other two flyers that are coming in on the far side, get these bosses down, and then I can start worrying about that siege roller after the pack has cleared a little. And I missed with my pet because there was a mob in the way. That is unfortunate, but that is the benefit of the Nuke Monk build, is we've got solid melee damage, plus we've got the Chi Blast ready to go whenever we need it. Alright, so we've got Wave 4 incoming, pretty smooth so far. We see we got boss lane, a boss lane, and this is actually the toughest normal mob lane. So let's just go ahead and throw the upgrades right down that row. You know what, let's just go ahead and get them up this row as well. And then 100 left, let's drop it right there. And that should get us going here. Now, combined with that pole smash, of course, you can use this ice cart for some crushing damage, which is very effective against the little shieldies. However, I am going to wait for this larger pack to come out. That way, I can try to get rid of some of the bads and not have to worry about them too much. Flyers, of course, particularly the flyers that are yellow on the map, which are the kobold, pardon me, flyers. And they will dive bomb and blow you up, obviously. We have all learned that lesson the hard way. So definitely want to keep an eye out for yellow. We've got more yellow coming. So let's get these guys burned down, and then actually that boss is, or that other one is already done. So we've got what, a siege roller, and looks like we got Gribs down here getting a little uppity. Nothing we can't handle from a very safe location down there. Stay on the move, of course, to get those rockets. Avoid any sort of rocket damage. And this time, I will attempt to actually kill the roller and not fail. There we go. So, Nuke Monk for the win. And Wave 5. Very fun, the challenges. I know some people have mixed emotions, but everyone needs to realize that this is not the end game mode. This is a fun mode where we can earn some, you know, some flare items, plus some pretty cool shards, and then some gold ascension levels, defender medals, the whole enchilada. Now, Under Pressure is one of the challenges here, of course, and it is actually not super difficult on most maps. And the reason is it just, most maps, it doesn't take that long to kill the mobs. So you do want to be conscious of it, particularly if you do a turtle build, and you build, you know, just way back right around the core. You want to make sure to keep an eye on that timer as it's counting down. But as you see here, we've got, what, over 2 minutes left, so we've got plenty of time, 147 mobs, and this one should be good game. But as I mentioned, I am just going to put all my energy into focusing on those flyers as long as there's not a boss on the map. Now, of course, we have a boss, but we do have more flyers coming in. I'm going to hope for the best on these. I may want to consider taking out that kobold flyer. Actually, let's just do it right now. There we go. Piece of cake. Plaguing Hawk and 2 Plaguing Hawks. And then one more right here. I don't think I'll get back up to 100 mana, so I'm just going to go ahead and blow my pet. Won't be able to boost myself here on this one. And there we go. That is the very first map and the very first mastery handled. All 5 stars. Now, as I mentioned, and I can't stress it enough, defense critical strike shards will change your day. So if you do this map and you're having a tough time with it, make sure you get a defense crit strike shard in and get your crit chance up to 25%. Now, 25% is still 5 points low compared to what we're all used to. However, it is enough to get the job done here. So thank you once again. Click that like button and please subscribe to the channel. And I will be back soon with a complete set of mastery challenges every week as all of the mastery chaos tiers release. Thanks again, and I will see you next time.